Okay, today's a very good day. Even though it's super foggy outside, has been for the last like a week. I don't think I've seen the sun for a month, but it's all good because today I'm doing beef ribs. My favorite cut to smoke as of today. I haven't had anything else that comes close to the taste of beef ribs. As you can see here, I got these ribs. I've got them from Fit Meat again, and the intramuscular fat in beef ribs are just, even though they're not Wagyu or anything, they're just amazing. So, to go along with the ribs, I'm going to make two different rubs. I'm going to make one with coffee and some chili powder, and then another one with just some salt, pepper, and garlic, because my son is quite young and he doesn't like the chili, and obviously he shouldn't really be having coffee. He's already hyped enough. So, I'm going to pretty much make a salt SPG, a salt, pepper, garlic, and but I'm not going to add any of the salt to the first mixture. I'm going to add the salt directly onto the meat, and then I'll put this mixture on top. So just the salt, pepper, garlic. I'm just going to make one of the racks. So yeah, tablespoon of the pepper, and about an even amount of garlic powder there. Just give it a little mix to incorporate. All right, that's going to be one. And then the second rub is going to be with coffee and chipotle powder. Also I'm going to add just a teaspoon of smoked paprika to the SPG. I think that adds a nice little something for it. Okay, so the other one is going to be around 2 tablespoons of fresh cracked pepper. Now, with my pepper, I've got whole kernel corns, and I just break them up in a mortar and pestle. And I think that gives a much, it's more of the pepper taste, I think, when you do it with a mortar and pestle, than if you just use a machine to mill it down. Okay, and we're going to go in with, I would say, a good 3 tablespoons to 2.5 of coffee. And then about that much smoked paprika. Looks good. And also I want these ones quite chilly, so I'm going to go in with 2 tablespoons of chipotle powder. Also in here, we'll go in with a tablespoon of garlic powder. And we'll give these a mix up, and then we'll come back and get them on the ribs. So, got my first patient here. Alright, when I was trimming these up, there was a big chunk of fat and cartilage that was up under here. So I've just trimmed all that out, and it should sit fine on the grill. But this all goes and gives me a chance to put a little bit of seasoning up on the inside. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in here. And then I've just got some neutral oil that I'm going to use as a binder. Okay, so I'm not going to season the rib side, I'm just going to season the sides and the top. So, just put a little bit of oil over. Doesn't have to be much oil. As you can see, the ribs are quite fatty themselves. I'm just using this to let the rub stick. Alrighty, so start with a good layer of just salt. Now I'm going to go in with the salt, pepper, garlic, paprika rub. Now this one I don't want to go too heavy. I want the meat to really shine through on this one. First one done. Alrighty, now we're going to do the chipotle coffee rub. This one I'm going to go straight down with the oil. Obviously it doesn't matter that, a little bit of the rub from the last one's left over, because it's got the same stuff in this rub, so it don't matter. Alright. Okay. looks good. Alrighty. Now they're all seasoned up. We'll go down and get the grill fired up. So, as the smoker comes up to temperature, I'm going to be using these, even though I'm using a Pit Boss, the Traeger pellets. It's the Matt Pittman's Signature Hardwood Blend. The only reason why I'm using these is because these are readily available everywhere in Austria. Well, not just this in particular, but the Traeger brand. I can't actually find any Pit Boss pellets or anything like that. There is one other place that has like a no-name brand with pellets in it, but pellet smokers in general aren't too big in Austria yet. So I'm hoping that it picks up and they start to get some more brands in here to so we can start using some different stuff instead of just relying on Traeger. So I'm going to be using my meter thermometers here to keep an eye on these ribs, because as you can see, it's wintertime, it's cold. I don't want to be outside for too long. I'm Australian, come on, give me some break. Alright, so I know on my grill, the hottest part is about right here. So I'm going to put the thickest ribs right in the middle, in the hottest part. And then the other two, I'm just going to stick on either side. So I'm going to be cooking these at 110 until they stall out, which is going to be around 60 to 70 degrees. And then I'll come out and I'll wrap them in some butcher's paper to finish off. Okay, so I'm not sure how good this is going to come up, but it's very simple to use the meter probes. I've already got one set up. You just select which probe you're using. So for instance, I'm using this one on number 3 to set up the cook. You pick your protein, and then you go on to what I'm cooking, which is ribs. And then you can either set the temperature, or I want them to be fall apart like this one suggests at 95 degrees. Then just start to cook. And the meter probe will let you know when it's done. Okay, as you can see, I've got my paper already laid out. We're going to wrap it. So these cooked a hell of a lot quicker than what I was expecting. So I have turned the temperature down to 95 on my grill. And I've moved them around a little bit, as you can see. But as you can see, they look absolutely amazing. And I just want to double check with my other, it's already probing super tender, even though the temperature's not up full yet. So right now we're sitting around 70 to 75. So I'm just going to remove the probe for now, then we'll wrap them up, which I want them to end up meat side down when I go back on the grill. So we'll just flip that around. And the paper wants to be difficult today. So we'll get the probe back in. Set it back on the grill. Alright, as you can see, got all the ribs wrapped. The meter thermometers are back on the grill. And also, you probably see this tucked away in the corner there. I have a vegetarian coming for dinner tonight, so they get some smoked cauliflower. I'm just gonna, now this has been on, I just put these on just after these have been in, so they've been smoking just as long. So now I'm just gonna wrap that in some foil. Nice and tight. And now that should soften up in the same time that the meat takes to finish up cooking. I've just got the notification on my phone. The meat should be ready. It's all reading about 95 degrees Celsius on the internal temperature. I'm just going to open it up slightly and just double check it with my Insta-Read thermopen here. As you can see, it's right around 95, but I can just feel the probe goes in with absolute ease. So these are ready to take off. Okay, I'm going to take all those ribs off
Now, I'm just going to remove the probes. And I'm just going to sit them in this esky. And I'm going to let them chill out in here for about an hour. And then we'll take them out, slice them up, and it'll be time to eat. Alrighty, they've all rested up. Now, there's quite a lot of juices in this paper that's come out of it, so I'm trying to not get that all over the table. As you can see, that's the one that's not chili. And it's super tender. Alrighty, we'll take a slice off the end here. Ooh, dripping with juice. My mouth's watering so much, I can't wait. Alrighty, now we'll unwrap another one. And we have the chili one. So, we'll take a slice out of that one. It's just pouring juice. So I've just cut them down into some more manageable size because even my mouth's not that big. So we'll go for the one that's with no chili. Beef ribs are just absolutely amazing. That is also absolutely amazing. I can't get over it. Juicy. Oh, it's so good. Alrighty. Now we'll get this nice outside piece. Doesn't matter which way you go. They're both really good. Considering it's winter, I'm going to go with the chili again.